Introducing the Microstar SLDMB. In this video, we will be highlighting its features and capabilities. The SLDMB is easily carried in this bright orange storage bag. A unique identification number is located in 3 places of the SLDMB: on the surface float flasher, on a tag hanging from the storage bag zipper, and on the drogue release collar. In each location, the identifier is encoded into a scannable QR code and also readable as plain text. The SLDMB utilizes the Iridium satellite system and the 9602 SBD modem for two-way communication. 3 water-activated releases hold the drifter surface float and drogue together during deployment, and when necessary, hold the parachute on as well. Here we see the drogue release just after it was screwed apart with a hex key and a wrench. This way we can more clearly see how the release works. This is also how one would disarm the release. A thin piece of water-soluble paper tape keeps the drogue neatly folded while in the storage bag and keeps the drogue from flapping around during air deployments. The tape normally falls off a few minutes after hitting the water. Once the paper tape falls off, an internal pneumatic spring slowly opens the drogue. Next, we can see how the release actually works when it gets wet. We separated the release from the drifter to record how it works more closely in this small tank. As you can see, the water-activated release comes apart only a few seconds after hitting the water. The spring-loaded release has a maximum force of only 10 pounds. The optional parachute is attached to the bottom of the drogue and also includes a water-activated release to part the parachute after deployment. As with the drogue release, the parachute release is easily disassembled using a hex key and a wrench. Here the release is taken apart to better diagram the individual pieces of the release and to illustrate how the release is disarmed. And just like the drogue release, we demonstrate again in the tank how quickly the parachute release triggers in the water. Now for a quick demonstration of the deployment process. This sequence shows how the SLDMB would be deployed from a ship without a parachute. Remove the SLDMB from the storage bag and rotate the surface float from the off to the on position to check its status before deployment. If the LED on the surface float flashes 4 times, the SLDMB is ready to deploy. Toss the drifter into the water surface float first. The release quickly activates and the drogue sinks below the water, while the individual release pieces eventually sink to the bottom of the pool. The paper tape on the drogue continues to hold the drogue together for a few minutes, and the drogue hangs under the surface float. Once the paper tape falls off, the pneumatic spring slowly opens the drogue. Because the pool is not quite deep enough here, the drogue appears slightly askew, but normally it would hang directly below the surface float. The SLDMB is also easily maintained. If necessary, the battery can be replaced in less than 5 minutes. The yellow water-activated bobbins in the release mechanisms are also serviceable. First, secure the releases with a few zip ties, unscrew and remove the bolt holding the bobbin into place, and replace the bobbin. Separate videos supplied with the SLDMB describe both of these processes in more detail. The user's manual includes a maintenance schedule. The storage specifications are shown here in this table. To inactivate and dispose of the drifter, simply remove the battery pack and disarm the water-activated releases. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video.